Hi YouTube.
Hey YouTube friends and family, it's your boy GB Reviews, and today I'm reviewing the Kia EV6. This review, I wasn't sure if I was going to do it or not, but I wanted to do this for a friend who was really thinking about getting this car, and so I wanted to give my honest GB review of this car. This car is interesting, and we'll talk a little bit about it. I'll show you some of the things on the inside. It'll be a pretty quick review, but I want to get into some of the things that I like about it and some of the things I don't like about it. So with that, let's get into it. So the first thing I like to say about the Kia EV6 is that the styling is actually quite nice. It is a very modern and futuristic looking car. It is, in my opinion, better looking than some of the other EVs that are out there. Kia has done a very good job of blending practical car, gas car features into a modern car, which I think is nice. Like, you would not know the difference by looking at it. There are some things that are cool about the way this is designed. Some of the things that you find with various EVs is that they have these kind of flush door handles. Apparently this is for drag. I don't know how much drag this would actually give you that's going to slow it down, or not slow it down, but like decrease the battery power, but apparently that is a thing. So, and the handles open in the reverse order of the Tesla. So when you open the handles here, you push it in and then you pull the car door open. When we're looking at the car, the other thing that you notice about this car is that there's no bangs and whistles when it comes to opening it up. When you turn it on, the lights just kind of come on. It doesn't do the thing that the Audi electrics do in terms of like the lights dancing around, things like that. It just kind of comes on. So in that respect, there are no frills. It is just a regular car. I like the fact that the battery life is very similar to the Tesla Model 3, or at least from practical driving. And I drive a lot of EVs, and I find that it's very similar. The way that this car actually is able to, actually kind of get up and go when you're moving, super nice. I love it. And normally I am the guy that jumps in the back of these cars. Here's the charging kit. This is the mobile tire kit and the charging kit. There is a fair amount of room in the back, and then there's a little bit of room underneath here, but not much. But these seats fold down, and it actually gives you a lot more space. Now, when we talk about getting in here, I'm in the car. It's a lot of room inside the trunk. It's not the biggest trunk. I guess when you fold this down, you get more space. It's not the biggest trunk. You've seen me in other trunks. It's modest, so it's not bad, but it's not great. So I wouldn't rate. So if I'm rating this trunk, I would rate this trunk probably like a 6 out of 10 in terms of size and the stuff that you can get in here. But I do like the fact that it's the seats can go down, and it's pretty. So when you go inside, it is actually quite spacious. I like the setup of the car, and it's a push button start. The thing I find interesting is that it does have a key. The car itself, the layout is nice, right? It doesn't have this huge screen like the Tesla, but it is a very nice setup. The one thing I do find interesting about it is that it's not very intuitive. It is, I guess it is sort of intuitive. The touchscreen is super responsive. I think this is super nice, but it's kind of basic. I find the display is kind of dull, and it's muted, I should say, not dull, but muted. It's not a very sharp display, which is what I would expect in an EV today. Like the screen quality, if you look at the screen quality up here, it's super sharp. And these are either, obviously it's done on purpose, but it's just not very clear. So I like it, it's fine. The map menu, I think, is industry standard, is pretty good. You can zoom in and zoom out. It is not super quick by any stretch of the imagination. The Tesla screen is much quicker. The Audi screen is much quicker. Some of the other EVs that I've driven are much quicker, but it's not bad. Not great, but it's not bad. And then you just get back to the home screen. Like I said, it's just not very intuitive. This is the screen that I think gives you a fair amount of information. Like they have the driving mode here that you can go from, and it changes this thing, but it doesn't really change it enough. Like it's kind of cool, but I would have loved the fact that they had a map here, and maybe that's an option that you can get with other models, but this one I didn't find that they had that. There's some things also with the buttons here, so this, I like this layout. This is good. Having physical buttons is much better than having all digital buttons. I like the fact that you can touch things here and adjust your heat here, and here you have your seat cooler, seat heater, seat cooler, seat heater for here. This I find awkward. I'm not gonna lie. The kind of the drive modes here, even though it is similar to the BMWs, I don't know, I just find it awkward. I wish it was on the stock. I think that would have made this a lot better. This material, I find the interior looks better than the Tesla, but it feels more claustrophobic. And I'm gonna turn it around so you can see what this charger here. Now, do I wish the armrest slid back? Yes, I wish it did slide either forward or back. Because if you put your phone here and for some reason you don't use Apple CarPlay or Android Audio, you barely can see the map if it's here. Obviously you can listen to it, but it's just kind of weird. But this charger is actually quite fast, and it doesn't make your phone overheat like the Tesla chargers. And again, I'm comparing to the Tesla chargers. There are chargers down here on the floor. If you look down there, there's a USB-C charger and then a USB-A charger. Again, the interior of this car I think is actually nice. It's decent. It's not the best, but it looks much better. This looks much more premium than the Tesla interior. The Tesla interior is busted. So this car, in that respect, is nice. I did find that the driving of this car, because of the blind spots, was not very nice. I'm gonna jump to the back because I have these seats adjusted and I want to see how much room I have if I'm a passenger 6'4" sitting in the back. So let's go. Now I have this seat adjusted for me, right? So you see I have a lot of headroom. Look at that, look at that. I have a lot of headroom. And actually this is adjusted for me and my knees are not touching. My hands can go through here. I don't know, would I like to sit like this? Probably not, but it's not bad, right? It's not a bad look for what this is. I find the Kia is actually quite nice. It's fashionable. They have USB-C. They have USB-C ports in the chair, which is great. If you're back here and you need to charge up, I think that this would be super comfortable if you were on a longer road trip. All in all, I think, so again, I didn't particularly like driving this car, but I would give it a rating of about a 7 out of 10 because it is stylish, it is modern, the user interface is okay. It's not the worst I've seen, and it's definitely not the best. But I do find the styling of the overall car and the layout is nice. The driving in terms of quickness, great. And driving in terms of blind spots, not so great. All in all, I think I like it. The trunk, again, I told you, it's a modest sized trunk. So it's a 6 out of 10. So like I said, the Kia EV6, I would say give it a 7 out of 10. Would I recommend it to my friends to buy? Maybe. If you're a Kia person, this is probably exactly what you want. If you are not a Kia person, if you're like a German car person or you're accustomed to Teslas, it's going to feel a bit claustrophobic even though you have a lot of space because it doesn't have kind of sunlight coming in, so that just made it seem more claustrophobic. And then the positioning of the pillars made it seem a lot more dangerous in terms of blind spots. All in all, I would say if you like it, buy it. If you don't rock with it. But anyway, thank you for rocking with me this long. I ask you to hit the subscribe button for my channel, subscribe, hit the like button for the algorithm, and please leave your comments below. Let me know if you've driven this car, if you like this. And again, subscribe and like below.
Subscribe but like below.